Okay, so I finally figured out a way to get iShowU to work. I just reinstalled it like a couple of people suggested, but I went back in Time Machine so I could reinstall it in an earlier version of it, because the latest version caused the problem. Now they've added the ability, so when you click, you might have seen this function in ScreenFlow, when you click there's the little purple kind of circles. Well, they have the ability to add effects when you click now, but I think that's what messed it up. So now it's working, and I'm going to do a demo of an application called Paintbrush, and I've done a video on it before, but I never really did a demo. And it's just a very simple painting application, like Microsoft Paint, probably a little better. Okay, so if I open it up, you get this window. You could choose a custom preset and change your width and height, or, well, then it's not really a preset, but, or you could use one of the preset sizes. If I click OK, it stretches out. And here's the toolbar. You have a pencil, eraser, a selection tool, bomb, text, fill, right here, line, curve, a rectangle, and ellipse. And I'm going to show you what each one does. Okay, so, and oh, here you have the line width, it's a slider, and foreground and background colors. So if I choose the pencil tool and make it the smallest line width and make the foreground color, let's say, oh, and you can choose from any of these types of selections, and let's say I make it purple. This is how thin it is at its thinnest, really thin, and then at its thickest, it's like this. So yeah, and I'm going to go over the eraser a little later. Selection tool, well, actually no, first I'll do text. You can click where you want your text to be, and there'll be a little text box that comes up. So let's say I want to say I talk apple, and I want it to be just this. I can change the size here. I could highlight it, click chalkboard, make it 18, okay. So now it says I talk apple. To move that, you use the selection tool, and you just select it, and you can either delete it or move it around. The only problem with this is that it doesn't only move the text, it moves the background of the text, so that if you had something here, there will be a white background now in front of it. Another problem with this feature is if I add something right here, say I want it to be 48, and I make it, yeah, okay. If I do that, it comes up here, and if I wanted to move it, whoops, if I try to move it with the selection tool, well, you can't. You can only move a little bit of it, and this whole part gets cut off anyways. And then the other feature of the selection tool is just selecting and then deleting. The fill is pretty self-explanatory. It just uses your foreground color and fills. The line tool, also self-explanatory. Choose a color, and you can make a line or lines if you just keep going from the same point. And then the curve I like a lot better, because you make a line and then you can deform the line, make it go up and down. It ends up being more of a squiggle, and then keep adding lines to it. And and then the bomb, what it does is if you click the bomb, click anywhere, there'll be an explosion. I'll do that again. I'm pressing the shift key so it goes in slow motion. Every application, well, most applications, if you hold down shift when something happens, it'll go in slow motion. And then the most exciting part of this application, I think, is the rectangle, because there's 3 different settings. The first one here is the outline will be your foreground color, and you can change the width of the outline with the slider. And if you hold down shift, then it'll make, if you hold down shift, it'll make a square.
There's absolutely no comparison.
Your foreground color is the fill color in the outline. And again, hold down shift, square. And then the last one is the coolest part. Your foreground color is your outline, but as you can see here, your background color, your fill color is your background, which right now is white. So if I change that, and if I make it yellow, now that's my fill color. Same thing applies with the ellipse. See, I clicked on it, nothing changed. Again, same settings. If you hold down shift, it'll be a perfect circle. And yeah, this application is very simple. It's free. Just Google Paintbrush application for Mac on Google. Well, yeah, and you should find it. The menus here: File, Save, print, you can undo, View, Zoom in, Zoom out. And if you have an image, you can flip it horizontal or vertical. And all of that's in the preferences are checking for updates on startup. So it's a really simple application. If you quit without saving, it asks you if you want to save or not. And that's it. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. Sorry. So let's say I have something here, and I choose the eraser tool. It erases, right? And you can change the line width of the eraser tool. But if your background color is, say, pink, then it'll erase in pink, and it won't really be an eraser anymore. Same with the balm. Now it's going to balm in pink. That's all I had to say. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to have another video probably about Sketch, which I did kind of a brief video about at the same time as Fluid, and I redid the Fluid part, and I'm going to redo the Sketch part as well and delete the original video. And if you have any video suggestions, please ask. Also, NeoOffice, I did kind of a little demo of that, and I forgot to mention, it has a spreadsheet program in it as well, and I'll show you that too. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Shiny White Box, great software for Mac. A link is provided in the video description.